suit and extracted his thin white cotton specimen gloves. Decades earlier, his boss had steered him to his Savile Row tailor, and ever since he had clothed himself in the best fabrics he could afford. Clothes mattered, and so did grooming. His bristling moustache was always perfectly trimmed, and visits to his barber every Tuesday lunchtime kept his grey-tinged hair unfailingly neat. He slid on the gloves like a surgeon and hovered over the first exposed binding. Right, let's see what we have. The top row of spines revealed a matched set. He plucked out the first book. Ah! All 6 volumes of Freeman's History of the Norman Conquest of England. 1877 to 1879, if I recall. He opened the cloth cover to the title page. Excellent! First edition. Is it a match set? All firsts, Toby. Good. Good. They should go for 600 to 800. You often get mixed sets, you know. He laid out all 6 books carefully, taking note of their condition before diving back into the crate. Here's something a bit older. It was a fine old Latin Bible, Antwerp, 1653, with a rich worn calf binding and gilt ridges on the spine. This is nice, he cooed. I'd say 150 to 200. He was less enthusiastic about the next several volumes, some later editions of Ruskin and Fielding in dodgy condition, but he grew quite excited at Fraser's Journal of a Tour through part of the snowy range of the Himalaya Mountains and to the source of the rivers Jumna and Ganges, 1820, a pristine first. I haven't seen one of these in this state for years. Marvellous. 3,000 easily. My spirits are lifting. Tell me there wouldn't be any incunabula in the collection? From the perplexed expression on the youth's face, Toby knew he was tapping a dry hole. Incunabula? European printed books? Pre-1501? Ring a bell? The young man was clearly stung by Toby's irritability, and he flushed in embarrassment. Oh, right, sorry. No incunabula whatsoever. There was something on the oldish side, but it was handwritten. He pointed helpfully into the crate. There it is. His granddaughter wasn't keen on parting with it. Whose granddaughter? Lord Campwell's. She had an unbelievable body. We don't, as a habit, make reference to our clients' bodies, Toby said sternly, reaching for the broad spine of the book. It was remarkably heavy. He needed 2 hands to securely drag it out and lay it on the table. Even before he opened it, he felt his pulse race and the moisture evaporate from his mouth. There was something about this large, dense book that spoke loudly to his instincts. The bindings were smooth old calf leather, mottled, the colour of good milk chocolate. It had a faintly fruited smell, redolent of ancient mould and damp. The dimensions were prodigious, 18 inches long, 12 inches wide, and a good 5 inches thick. A couple of 1,000 pages, to be sure. As to weight, he imagined hoisting a 2-kilo bag of sugar. This was much heavier. The only markings were on the spine, a large, simple, hand-tooled engraving, incised deeply into the leather. 1527. He was surprised, in a detached way, to see his right hand trembling when he reached out to lift the cover. The spine was supple from use, no creaking. There was a plain, unadorned, creamy end paper glued onto the hide. There was no frontispiece, no title page. The first page of the book, the colour of butter, roughly uneven to the touch, began without exposition, racing into a closely spaced handwritten scrawl. Quill and black ink. Columns and rows. At least 100 names and dates. He blinked in a large amount of visual information before turning the page. And another. And another. He skipped to the middle. Checked several pages towards the end. Then the last page. He tried to do a quick mental calculation, but because there was no pagination, he was only guessing. There must have been well over 100,000 listed names from front to back.